Systems are go. About 90 seconds to launch destination.
Mind you, we swore an oath of loyalty, but we are still senators. It's not more speeches in the Senate that will change the world. Rome is dying.
My legions are mustering as swiftly as possible. General Gaius, Julius Caesar, enough!
Senators, welcome back to episode 46 of my Stellaris Roman Empire campaign. In the last episode, we rallied our fleets back to the starfield of Mars and weaponized 2 more attack moons, which are en route now. In terms of construction, we completed both our Sentry Array and our Strategic Coordination Center, giving us full sensor coverage of the galaxy and also a boon to naval capacity and speed. Our construction of the behemoth ringworld at Hellas is still underway, while we've also begun to stabilize the Penrose Sphere at Gargantua, and started the second stage of our 2 behemoth planetcraft weapon sites. All of this puts us now in a greater position for the upcoming conflict against the awakened empires. Alright, so you can just see one of the 2 making their way back to the starfield of Mars, and that is for a total of 4 planetary attack moons. I keep saying planet, but they're technically just moons, I guess. So attack moons. So 4 attack moons in total, then combined with everything we have up here at the starfield of Mars, are almost 1 million fleet power for the Federation fleet. We're about to be upgrading the first class fleet as well, which should get up to about 1 million fleet power as well, I think. Then we've got a bunch of corvettes, which may actually get less strong when we upgrade these, because I've, in between episodes, kind of removed all of the missiles that we're using and just focused on other things that I think will counter the Fallen Empires better. I think missiles are going to be just shot down by all of their point defense and things like that, so I'm largely not going with missiles, which may be a controversial thing to do. I don't know. They are really powerful, and maybe with enough we could overwhelm it, but their point defense, but I think I'd rather just stay away and try to use other counters instead. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Still need to kind of upgrade these. Also going to be upgrading the Juggernaut as well, to be focusing on boosting our strike craft so that we can take out their strike craft. That's at least part of the plan. Now, in between episodes, I've done a lot of reordering things, as usual, but this time I feel like I've been even more efficient at it than I have been in the past. I've actually closed the gap between Empire Sprawl and Administrative Capacity, so for those who can't really see it, it's only 100 difference now, which has actually meant that some technologies have no progress left to do. We've lowered the cost so much that it's actually gone below what we've already spent on it in terms of scientific research, which is really weird. I've never actually seen that happen before. I haven't let time play, but I guess just lowering that Empire Sprawl so much in between episodes has lowered the cost. Therefore, this tech is basically done already. So it's quite interesting to see that. So in between episodes, what I basically did this time around, and for those who don't know, I think it's worth actually just mentioning, because some people probably are watching who don't really know what I do in between. What I'm doing these days is largely getting rid of any places where we have humans in the worker class. So this kind of goes into the question we were talking about before about should we let slaves take the specialist ruler jobs or specialist class of jobs, and why I was kind of hesitant with that in the last episode. I was saying, actually, I'm not willing to put that out there to the vote just yet until we get everything in place and you can see how it works, and then we can decide if socially that's an issue we want to tackle rather than optimally, if you want to think of it that way. So basically, everyone that's a slave are going to be taking the worker class jobs, and we don't want any humans doubling this up and working here as well, because humans can still work the worker jobs. These are just regular jobs. Like, for instance, Colden are here. The Colden aren't slaves, they just happen to be working the worker job. And you can see I've got some undesirables. I've moved a lot of the pops that we took on from either the Ancient Eradicators or the Machine Uprising in the Dakarite Fragments territory. You know, you can only purge one at a time, so I've kind of redistributed them throughout the Empire as well. So having 2 or 3 on each planet means each one, I think, gets dismantled at a rate of about 1 every 3 to 4 months. So it takes about, 3 in a year to get rid of them. So that should heavily reduce that population. You can't actually see it here, I don't think. But the Erobots, yeah, I don't think they're in that list because I was looking before. They're not even there. But the Ancients are in the list. There's 39 of them left. If we go here and we search by most pops, I think we'll see that the Erobots have something like 200, I think. Maybe I should have just searched by name, to be honest. Okay, right. So, Erobot. There we go. So, yeah, 161 of the regular species and then 39 of the other ones. So, just, yeah, 200. Bang on 200. So, that's a lot that we need to kind of dismantle. We can't use them. They're just undesirables. They're going to be just taken apart. They look like the Ancient Eradicators, actually. Maybe an offshoot of them. Perhaps. So, that's kind of happening as well. So, all of these pops have been distributed across the Empire. So, what I typically do is I move every single human I can off of a place like this, out of the worker class, and typically I've been moving them mostly to Hellas, which is where we've kind of got all our, we've got our ring worlds here, of course, but we have our research and things like that, and then I move them to the other places where they can be working alloys. So research is a tier 2 job, and alloys is a tier 2 job, a metallurgist. So all the humans are taking up those jobs. But that obviously creates this huge empty deficit of workers. If you're taking all the humans away from the worker places, then you have to move the slaves in to fill the worker jobs, especially since you can end up deleting buildings if you take too many people away. So it's a very time-consuming, micromanaging thing to do. And some people have brought up that, like, oh, why don't you just use the decision to do it? There's no decision. There's a mod that kind of has a decision for you, which relocates all pops into empty jobs for a price. I don't have that mod, so I've been doing it all manually. Which, I don't know, it's kind of the way the game's intended, but it's so incredibly micromanagey, it's ridiculous. Which is always so funny to me when they said that they did this update, the kind of planetary overhaul to reduce micromanagement. It's so much more micromanagey than it ever has been before, at least for me. But not to go on about that. Anyways, so that's kind of what I've been doing. So imagine that on that one planet, but every planet, right? So that's what I've been doing. Now down at our penal colony, down here at Tulianum, things are getting better. They're still pretty bad, but it's fine. It's kind of designed to be like this. So there's still a lot of unemployment. It says 16 unemployed workers. There's actually 167. So I think it's just not showing to the 100 of that, which is kind of strange. So there was over 200. So this number is getting better. These guys are being redistributed as we have more space. There's no more space right now. So other planets have to open up mining districts, farming districts, and stuff like that so we can send these pops somewhere. Otherwise, there's just nowhere for them. And that's where the argument comes in of letting them work the tier above them. But not yet. Once everyone's distributed, then you can make that decision. And, we're making space. And, of course, we're building yet another ring world, another section of ring worlds. So we've got more coming in. You can see this one hasn't been slotted into place yet, our behemoth. And I think that's going to have 8 planets on it, or 8 habitable sections. And then likewise at Gargantua, as we said, the Penrose sphere has been stabilized, and I think after it gets stabilized we can build a ring world. I think you could definitely do some sort of living habitat here. I'm not really 100% sure. Anyways, so that's kind of what goes on in between episodes and why it takes so long to do that kind of thing. Now, speaking of megastructures, you may notice that our energy is quite low, our influence is quite low, and I've spent some alloys. If you're really keen-eyed and you remember previous episode, or if you just happened to watch the last one moments ago, as some people do, I've spent about 700 influence and about 13,000 alloys, and I'd say somewhere in the range of about 50,000 energy, probably even more if you count around moving all the pops around. What I've done is basically we've started terraforming planets out here. A lot of these are tomb worlds. This is the old ancient eradicators territory. The reason I'm terraforming out here is not necessarily for me, really. It's more for, we might land on these and then eventually partition this off and create that Roman vassal we were talking about, and as well as down here. So a lot of these places I've started terraforming or decolonizing and just getting things moved and ready so that eventually we can give this over. So it's a long forward planning game, but it kind of has to be done at some point. The vassal state that we create probably aren't going to be the ones terraforming very well, so we'll just do that for them and then give it over to them in future. And right now we've got plenty of energy, so I'm safe enough to do that. Now in terms of megastructures, I've decided to build 3 different megastructures. I'm going to be building a crystal megabore, so I just chose the top 3 construction ships. They have quite a far distance to go. there's going to be a crystal megabore out here, and what that does is it basically drills into the molten worlds and generates you about 50 rare crystals when it's done. So that'd be really nice. At the moment we produce 130, so generating 50 in bulk like that's going to be great. Really great for forward planning. I don't know if there's anything we do for moats. Moats is a big issue, so if we can just do as much drilling into molten worlds to get crystals, then we can change all of the chemical plants, I think, which are the ones that make crystals. I think that's... No, sorry, chemical plants make moats, and crystal foundries or whatever make crystals. So we can change all the crystal foundries to chemical plants, and that way we'd make more volatile moats. Basically, long story short, these megastructures that harvest these kind of rare crystals will allow us to improve how much moats we make on planets. So that's kind of the idea there. The next one is going to be an interstellar assembly site. And this is sort of a... I'm going to be building this over at Sol, right above Neptune. Just thought Neptune was cool. You can build it at any planet above here if I wanted to. Another option was Jupiter, but I don't know. I thought Neptune was kind of cool. Actually far away on the edge of the system I prefer, rather than above Terra or something like that. Saturn was also another kind of cool option. But anyways, I digress. The interstellar assembly site, I actually can't quite remember exactly what it does. It bolsters your diplomatic weight. Now, we're already a council of one. You know, we already kind of control the galactic community and stuff. No one's getting ahead of us. No one's voting us out. It's not going to happen. So we don't really have to worry about that. But just thematically, I think it's quite cool to have. And it might give us some other benefits. I'm not sure. So I thought we'd build that there as well. Some people have been asking for it as well, so wanted to get that done. And then the last one is the Galactic Mall construction site. This is part of the mod, I guess. The Galactic Mall we're going to build above Alexandria. For those who don't remember, Alexandria is our resort world. So right above it, we're going to have this Galactic Mall. It generates consumer goods. Don't know if it actually takes in minerals like it normally does on land, on planets. But either way, it generates lots of consumer goods. But other than that, it also increases trade value and things like that. And this is like a particularly high trade value kind of area thematically. Our most high value trade value, though, yeah, high value trade value area is Hellas by far, just because there's so many slaves working as clerks, just producing vast amounts of trade and amenities, and it's a big attraction area in the Empire, which is understandable. But still, a lot of people go on pilgrimage to Alexandria so they can visit what was it consecrated to? To Neptune. Sorry, yes, to the Candia, which is consecrated to Neptune. So a lot of people, you know, go on pilgrimage for that. So we'd like to have this area still be representing in terms of trade. Anyway, so that's a long bit of a catch-up on the beginning there. Also, the last episode I feel like was probably quite boring. Maybe I'm just being hard on myself. We did 3.5 years and basically nothing happened. Apart from just finishing some constructions and things. That might be the way it goes for a while, but... And also, I don't know what was wrong with me. I just couldn't read anything as well. I'm way more energetic. I decided not to record anymore that day because I just wasn't happy with it. And I was considering redoing the whole episode or just not publishing it and being like, look, here's what happened in those 3 years. But I'll let it go up anyway. But today, it's just basically the next morning, I'm feeling pretty much, I don't know, what's the word? On fleek? On form? Feeling good, either way. So the very last thing then to go through, which is why I'm doing a bit longer of a recap, because I feel like I did a lot in between. As I went through a bunch of ships. Now, I haven't read feedback about this yet, so I still don't know, and I'm probably not going to change it anyway, but I feel like I've improved a lot of the ship designs that we're going to be using. The Behemoth Planet Craft is one that I was waiting to design, so this is it. Essentially, one of the Omega Eraser Beams. I was trying to see if we could get more power to have two, but I couldn't really figure a way to do it. We have the Crystal Impalers, the Wave Cannons, lots of Psionic Blast Torpedoes. Don't think I can change this, no. So we have to use some of the launchers here, the missiles. Not much I could do about it. Anyway, mostly, going with Crystal Lance Cannons and then Wave Cannons, Psionic Interceptors, and then a combination of different kind of heavy armaments that we can use there. Again, the idea being load up more armor, or as much armor as possible. We've actually still got more shields than armor, but still, I don't know. This should be plenty. I just thought of something. Would you want more shields if you know that your armor is stronger? Maybe. Maybe I've been doing things wrong. I'm a bit stumped about that now. I'm not going to have this crisis here at the beginning of the episode. My argument that I just kind of realized to myself is, let's say you do 10 damage to a shield, but you do 5 damage to a piece of armor, right? So 10 damage to a shield and 5 damage to a piece of armor. Should you load up more armor because you damage it less, or should you load up more shields to compensate for the fact that you're doing higher damage to armor, to shields? Hope that makes sense what I'm saying. I don't know what the answer is to that. In my head, thinking about it just right now in real time, while I'm trying to also speak, it seems like it might balance out. Either way, we're doubling up on armor in the hopes that that absorbs more damage, rather than using shields to kind of tank, or not even tank, just take the hit, I guess. Alright, anyways, so we're gonna have to commit to a bunch of upgrades here. I'll just let time play now, because everything should be pretty much good for a while. We'll see how things go. But these things, I think we actually have the nanites to start building a second ship. I think I must have already... Do we not? I have 83 nanites. I must be short on something else. Oh, I think we're short on motes. Yeah. Alright, let's buy some. I've actually got a monthly trade to help it come up a bit, but we'll just buy some raw. 500, that's, we're down to 15,000 energy now, which is quite low, but we obviously have tons of resources we can sell if we need to. In fact, let's just sell some food just for a little bit. Alright, that should allow us to now start building the next one. It's good. Alrighty. Hopefully I've covered pretty much everything we need to.
Genetic enhancements applied.
That's something I'm going to be doing all the time as well, as doing genetic enhancements. A disaster has struck the Voss city-states. Multiple reports that the planet of Voss city-states, or as part of them, has had some sort of global catastrophe. While we don't have good intel on the nature of this cataclysm, reliable sources indicate that the population is panicked. Okay. Maybe they got attacked? I'll have to have a look. Okay, so we got the Alderson disk thing, which gives us more alloy storage space as well. We now have 362,000, which is enough to do the Birch World, should we ever get to about 250,000 again. Strike craft attack speed. Yeah. Let's go with that. These costs are now much more reasonable. We're flying through tech yet again. And this should come up where we fix the Empire Sprawl as well. Man, I'm feeling good. This episode, I'm just feeling good. I feel like things are in a much better position today. And the planet crafts are moving back up. So what we're going to be doing is basically waiting to get all the planet crafts, everything together at the Starfield of Mars, do our final upgrade, and then just push. I'm not going to be constantly sitting around trying to upgrade all the time, because that can often happen in Stellaris, where you're like, oh, just one more tech, and then we're good to go, and then you're just like, oh, but this next thing is really good, let's get that, and then we're good to go. You can always put it off. But I'm hoping to just assess the situation in terms of seeing how much they have, the Corinth Restorers and the Carillion Regulators, seeing what they have and deciding. Like I said in the last episode, I think it was like 3 million fleet power. That seems to be about twice as much as what they have. They do have a lot of moons though, but so will we. What I kind of predict is going to happen in these battles, now I don't know, what I kind of predict is going to happen is everything's going to die and we're just going to see moons fighting each other. Because I can't get it out of my head that these moons have such ridiculous high amounts of health points or hull points, as well as armor and shields, that they are just going to tank the entire battle and just sit there firing, destroying everything they can until there's nothing left but moons. Just feel like it's going to happen. Anyways, Kosher Trade League heading south as well. 350,000 fleet power. That's not bad. That is not bad. You're getting there. I mean, that could take on one of their fleets, maybe. Maybe. Alright, good. Online. How's our boys doing? So Tiberius the 15th, man, who would have known when he took power that he was just going to be basically the emperor forever? Essentially. Per Princess Numerian, waiting for him to die. It's just never going to happen. Skill level 9 out of 12. He is a warlike, eye for talent, frontier spirit. The other thing I did in between episodes as well was I went through our edicts and made sure we're running some of the things we should be, like Architectural Renaissance. These have gotten way cheaper again, thanks to the lowering of Empire Sprawl, so... yeah, let's toggle this one on. Hearts and Minds for the Governing Ethics Attraction. Do we need monthly minerals, 33%? I don't think so, so we'll leave that. That's fine. And then I activated all these ones. Living Crystal Trading, so trade value increased. Unity and stability increase. Oh, we're on the year turnover now as well. By the way, the storms have dissipated in the galaxy, so some people were saying that they thought it was the storms doing it. I don't think so.
New technology discovered.
This is something to do with the script. Anyway, planetary build speed, outpost build speed, all of that stuff has been improved, and then monthly alloys 10%. So we're now making 4,000 alloys, so we get 3,600 after the consumption rates. So pretty good. Pretty happy with all this. Everything's coming together. So the nickel Dyson beam tech chain, the first thing in it has been understood. The hyper-focusing macro-scale crystalline lenses. It's like the title of these technologies is almost as long as the descriptions now. Energy credits from... Let's just have a look, actually. What did that give me again? It gave me storage, was it? Maybe I'm misremembering. Oh, no, it gave me energy weapon damage 15%. Nice. Good, yeah. Let's get the next one then, which is energy credits from jobs. It would be good to get one of these other ones. I keep seeing this tech here, and I'm not sure what's happening, if they're getting better or not. Because I have micro-singularity cannons, but it says component, so I'm guessing it's for something, for some type of ship that I haven't got it for yet. Anyway, sorry for taking so long. Let's just go with the first thing that I liked, which is the artificial interstellar wormhole generation. Which sounds awesome. If I could make my own... The ability to generate wormholes? It doesn't say you can do that, but that's what it describes itself as. That'd be cool. I mean, I don't know why I'm so hyped about that. We can build gateways, but wormholes are just cool. I don't know. Alright. Birch World stuff. Mega art installations. Now we don't need any of that. We actually have to. Let's do army damage, just because it's the cheaper... Army health is pretty cheap. 8 months, and then that one is 9 months. The reason I do cheap tax is so it rolls more interesting ones after the fact sooner. I don't know if I ever actually explained that's why I do that. Right, so the Senate's currently in session for the Advanced Xeno Studies. And, yeah, we're winning that one. Just about. Research station output will go up quite a lot with that. Although, that's not really a big driving force of where we get our research from. We mostly get our research from jobs. Our stations contribute 500 about. Our jobs provide 3,000.
Construction online.
Alright, good. Moats are pretty valuable now, or increasing now, because we are trading for it on the market. Did we ever do that Relocate Galactic Market thing? Where is it, actually? Thinking about it. It's in the remnants of Laria. I remember seeing that, but did we ever relocate it? I thought we did run a vote to relocate it. I don't remember what happened. Nah, can't remember. Oh well. Alright, so some of those new megastructures have started, specifically the Interstellar site in the Sol system. So that's good. These are going much quicker now because of those, Whoa, what was that? Whoa, our Federation cohesion is falling. What just happened? Oh no, what reset it? Did someone leave? Oh. The remnants of Alaria seem to have merged or integrated the Dawenu Union, I think. Ah, God damn it. That's so annoying. It's either that or it was these guys. I can't quite remember how the borders were drawn. But basically around here there was the Dawenu Union, right? It says like, we can now use the hegemony against the United Dawenu Union. Where are they though? I don't see them. Let's just click it. That doesn't do anything. They certainly seem gone, that's for sure. So I'm not too sure what happened there. And remnants didn't used to be this big. That's way bigger. So I'm guessing they must have absorbed them. I didn't know they were a vassal though, so... Yeah, unfortunately I just can't quite get that one straight. Maybe you guys in the comments know exactly what happened. I'm just assuming either remnants took them on or they actually... I don't think they could fight each other. We're all in a big alliance, so I don't think that happened. I assume it was an integration that I must have missed. But that is very considerable though. Like to drop us from plus 100 cohesion to to negative 100, that's pretty harsh. From losing one empire? The Dawenu Union, I'm trying to think, was the Dagateni Kingdom also involved in that? I don't think so. They were the offshoot. Yeah, weird. Well, either way, I don't have any more envoys to assign. I'm hoping the AI assigns someone on the next month. If they don't...
Discovered.
There's 10 envoys assigned? Wow, I've already put 5 in. Members not contributing to Dakarai fragments. God damn it. Wish you could tell them to. Is there no way to tell them, like, hey, help us build it back up? God, we're never going to get to level 5, man. It's such a setback all the time. Right, I'm going to lower our cohesion. They don't want to do it, though. They oppose it. And we can't change it because we changed it recently. God damn! Alright, well, we're stuck then. So that means we're now going to be losing XP for a while, right? Oh, no. We lost 10 cohesion. Sorry, my bad. It's not at -10. It's in the middle. It's just right in the middle right now. So we're not gaining or losing XP. We're about to be, but not quite yet. So just someone needs to assign a goddamn envoy. All of mine are here. Alright, hopefully the other factions realize what's happening and they'll put something in there to increase it. Strikecraft damage. Nanite transmuter. 1 month. What does this do? Produces motes, gases, and crystals for 1 nanite. No. Never gonna use that. We only make 3 nanites. Alright. I'll try to speed up time a little bit. We haven't really done much other than recap things and look at menus. What was that? Okay. Losing XP, that's understood. Understood. Oh yeah, I've also sent out colony ships to the Broken Clock system, similar to the reason why we're terraforming these other worlds. We want to obviously uplift this kind of area and then eventually parse it off for others to use. We are now only 20 points away from the Empire Sprawl. That's perfect. It's great. It's not perfect. In 20 points it'll be good though. We now have 88,000 alloys. Alright, so now's the time. I was just waiting to get those alloys up, so now we can actually start our upgrades properly. We're at the 1 million mark for the fleet power of the Federation fleet. Now, I think some of our fleet power may go down after this, but we'll see. Good. So that's 4 attackmans. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just the other fleets. Then our special fleet with the special ships. And then our standard main fleet. Yeah, Opsis's fleet power is falling as he upgrades. But it's understood. I knew it would happen. They each only take a day as well. So basically, just to go over it, I won't pause time if we can avoid it. Pompeii isn't used. We've now got spatial distortion cannons and small psionic projectors.
Construction online.
That's the Velites. That's the Psi class using the Ironclad defenders. And then, essentially, they're all doing almost the same thing. Almost. They're pretty fast, which is good as well. High evasion. Got plenty of alloys. We can start really cranking out even more. We're just lacking nanites for the Federation fleet. Because we have 100 more space for it, so... We could just build ridiculous amounts of carriers. They don't need nanites. It's just the dreadnoughts we chose to build that cost nanites. So that's always an option as well, I guess. Maybe a couple extra triremes for good measure. And see why not. Oh, these do cost nanites, but just less. Man, I went heavy on the nanite stuff. I think the original reason I did that was because I thought that the upkeep was nanites. So I was like, oh, I'll put all the special weapons on the Federation. That way, we don't have to pay the upkeep for it. But the upkeep doesn't actually include the special weapon stuff. It's only when you build them. So it wasn't necessarily needed. Our main fleet's up to 808,000 now. We've also got like 400 fleet power remaining. We could just build a thick fleet of maybe dreadnoughts ourselves. And just like slam them out. We're lacking moats to do that. Yeah, moats are a big backlog for us right now.
New technology discovered.
The dynamic core frame has fallen away and we're left now with a new planet here. Lifeless habitable world. It's such a weird class of world. You can terraform it into continental. It's pretty strange, 90%. Well, yeah, it's just terraforming, why the hell not? 4,000 energy, do I want to waste that? Not really. Yeah. Sure. For that future empire. Alright, so admin cap increase. Yeah. Alright, let's buy some moats, seeing as we're just so short on them. They are very expensive to buy though. 23,000 for 1,000. But it does allow us now to just crank out some dreadnoughts. Let me just double check our own dreadnoughts before I build them, see what we're getting here. So we're building Augustus class dreadnoughts. Dark matter launchers, sky piercer artillery, large spatial distortion cannons with crystal lances and dimensional wave cannons. I mean, I guess so. I don't know. It seems all fine to me. Build as many as you can, and then we're gonna put them in their own fleet. They build so fast now, only 180 days for each one of these. These it used to take like thousands. Literally took like 5 years to make them before. And that should make use of our extra naval capacity here. Pretty good. You'll notice as well, we haven't had any issues with regards to planets. No scum and villainy or unrest and things like that, so that's nice. Looks like my moving around of pops and stuff paid off this time. Alright, while we're waiting, we can also do some kind of improvements to pops here. Just gonna apply this template to all of them, just because that's how I want it to be.
Situation log updated.
I love the fact that they only take 1 month as well. It's so quick. Another thing that helps with this is when I'm moving pops around, I only have one class of pop to worry about, rather than like trying to figure out all the different things that they do. The Sadrel, these are chattel slaves as well. Well, let's
Research project concluded.
create a new template of them.
Construction online.
They're already on Continental. Let's get rid of their weakness. I don't mind having the slow breeders, they're not going to be breeding anyway. And then we'll add a shell to their back. That's something I've been going for a lot of. It helps with them being workers. So, Sadrel conditioned. Which is kind of what I've been calling them.
Fleet upgrades applied.
Alright, cool. Let's do that. There's actually room for another trade. Okay, we'll leave it like that. Alright, let's create that template, and then let's just apply that template to all of them.
Situation log updated.
That just helps. You could do that for literally every species. I mean, imagine if I was like really wanted to be meticulous and went through
Genetic enhancement.
like the amount of micro you could do is insane. You could make a race that's like really, really good at making food, and then just like make sure they're all working food, and then one that's really good at research. You know, I could do all that, but that's just it's not for me. Life's too short for that kind of thing. All right, so we got our energy credits from jobs, 15%. Lightning cannon level 3. Juggernaut point defense. We actually don't really use point defense that much right now. Let's just get the cheap tech. Let's get the cheap tech. The next one, artificially intelligent combat system, combat computers. Yep. How long until that thing is done, by the way? 689 days. And what about our
Establishing colony.
behemoth planetcrafts? So 750. I did upgrade these, by the way, in between episodes, now that I've decided on a design. Alright, I'm gonna crank this number up. Seems like we're able to handle it just fine. Run the month turnover. Damn, I really thought we'd get to the battle in this one, but it seems like... Well, I don't know, we might. Although probably not with the amount of time it's going to take to get over there, probably. Alright, our energy should take a big hit now with that purchase. But it should help us out until we get more chemical plants built. If I recall correctly, I think it's at Corinth. I'm just slamming out chemical plants and here. But these aren't probably even being worked. Yeah, they're not. Let's just prioritize that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They only give you one job. Wow, sucks. One job for a whole building slot. And what is it? I think they make 2 chemical plant or 2 motes each. All right, resolution was passed, so we get more signs from our stations and things like that. So we have to decide what's going to come up next. I don't really care about the sanctions. I don't like the look of that. Don't want this one either. Although, no, I don't. 5-year plans. So this gives weight from pops, worker happiness, basic subsistence is banned.
New technology discovered.
This is pretty nice, generally. No, it's not actually. Not really, I guess. Not really. It doesn't give you an actual benefit. It just keeps workers happy, yeah. Screw that. All we have is slaves in the worker category. We don't care about that. I mean, happy slaves are productive slaves, I guess, but ultimately we don't want to be giving them better standards of living. Like the basic subsistence is what the Tyrene Republic are always going to be on, because of what they did. Conserve the Tianki.
Colony founded.
It's kind of funny. I mean, I guess I could put up my own resolution. We haven't really done that in a while. So let's see what we have here. Build a better tomorrow. This one. Environmental ordinance waivers. Is that one being popped up by anybody? I don't see it. Well, hang on. Before I just choose the first thing that comes to mind. Alloys from jobs and minerals from jobs. Planet build speed. Metallurgist upkeep is reduced. Worker pop resource. This is awesome. Definitely go with this. All right. And there it is right at the top because we said so. And if anything else is about to come up above us, we're going to veto the crap out of it. All right, that was 250 influence, but it's good. Good bonus if we get that through. Oh, we could actually be really cheeky and just emergency measure it in. Oh, we can't do that for 2,000 days. All right, well, we'll leave it. Gateway constructed. That's the one that we left down here where the planets were created that I kind of left off on its own, I think. Yep. Alloys store there. Offensive gigascale energy redirection and incel technology. A megastructure called the Nicol Dyson beam allows us to exploit Planck photons. Okay, I have no idea what a Nicol Dyson beam. The ultimate super weapon, a massively massive structure capable of focusing a star's energy into a laser, capable of annihilating entire worlds from afar, and maybe even entire systems. Fuck me. I mean, we said we weren't going to do Colossus, but, I don't know. I kind of want to see that. I don't know if we'd ever get one built, but let's just go with the technology. At least we get the technology for Planck photons. We might be able to use that. So what is this? Planck photons are light particles with extremely short wavelengths. They represent immense amounts of stored energy necessary to maintain the largest superweapons. A single Planck photon can carry 10 to the 10 joules of energy. Well, all right, 16 months. Easy to understand that. You can figure that out in just a year. All right, these different worlds are being terraformed. We terraformed a lot of tomb worlds, which is why it costs so much initially. That's our other planet craft there. So we're making 2 super planet weapons. Birch World needs 255,000. Oh, we've landed on this ring world. How is there scum and villainy? We've just landed on it. It's not even colonized yet. Maybe from when the guys were here before the broken clock. Strange. I hope we don't break the game landing on that, actually thinking about it. Okay, let's sell some minerals. Don't need them. Prices are awful, but just get rid of them. And yes, you could probably talk to other AI and get better deals, but life is too short for these things. Admin cap. Our Empire Sprawl is getting away from our admin cap. We're growing faster than we're building, it seems. Let's do leader lifespan again, just keep us alive. Right, what's the deal now for building? Have those ships been built yet? They have. There they are. So this class is 3 now, and we still have loads of room for more. Who's the best commander for the job? Admiral Mamericus Voluminous. Good. "20 dreadnoughts, just thick boy. Can only build 5 right now. Still don't have the, what I assume is the nanites. Yeah, I need so long to get to 80 nanites for each ship, each dreadnought that gets built into this. It's for all these grey goo warhead torpedoes. Thinking about it though, this is the G class. This isn't right at all. These can be shot out of the sky or this of space, can't they? Man, I shouldn't even be building them at all, probably. Yeah, we should probably take that back. We actually might get refunded the nanites too.
New technology discovered.
I don't know how I made such a mistake. I'm assuming they can be intercepted. I'm assuming that. Yeah, how did I let that happen? Alright, I'll have to change this to an artillery corps. Could go heavy on the flak. Alright, let's try to be quick about it. What's a plasma missile? I've never even seen that. Oh yeah, so we have options in here because of like the other Empire's technology. So even stuff we don't have, like null void beams and things like that. You seem really weak though, generally speaking. Improved nanite cannons. In some ways, at least that means we keep the nanite stuff that we're using. Very good against armor, not so good, and hull, but not so good against shields. 60 damage on average. This actually seems pretty good. Let's go with these. And then on this side, we'll do something that complements it by dealing damage to shields, which would be the spatial distortion cannons. Skypiercer artillery seems to do better though. Alright. Okay, good. That's all upgraded. What's your range on these things? 120, 80? Let's keep it to 70 then. And pretty much just armor the crap out of ourselves. Okay, so what can we use here? Hologram projectors are pretty good. 10%. They're insanely good, actually. It's 10% shield, armor, and ship hull points. Don't know why we don't have that ourselves, because we got that hologram technology before, but I guess it might be something different. Alright, let's leave it like that. So these guys can now actually upgrade. Alright, cool. Sorry about that. I tried to do that in between episodes. I know I'm probably doing things wrong. I don't know. It's all good though. It's fine. Where are those planet crafts or the moons? They take so long. Are they all here? Oh well, they are. Finally. Let's get them all in one kind of area. Yeah, they're just in there. Come on, game. Oh, they're actually different as well, which is cool. Oh yeah, I had actually wondered that, if they were different based on what they are, because these are frozen attack moons, and these aren't. My god, the lag. The delay on them turning. So this is War Moon, Barren Attack Moon, so... No, it seems the same. And can you put them all in their own fleet, I wonder? Oh, you can? Oh, nice. I thought they were all single entity kind of things. 1.3 million there, just in terms of raw power. Speaking of raw power, maybe we'll combine that with the dreadnoughts, and that way they're in one big fleet. These 9 dreadnoughts that we've made. Don't know if we have the ability to do that. No, it doesn't seem like we do. Because it's too much command limit, I think, for one... Too much power for one fleet, essentially. Diana's Wrath Attack Moon. Yeah, it's 256 out of 330, so you could add some things into it, but not much. Alright, nice. It's taking a long time to get to that. So that's 1.3 million, 1.1 million, and then we have 888,000, and then we're building up this 408 Corvettes and 410 Dreadnoughts here. And once they're done, that is it. This thing is still upgrading. Wow, that takes so long. Is it upgrading itself? I think it is. Yeah, it is. It's gonna take a very, very long time. I don't know why it doesn't just go to the mega shipyard, but okay, if that's the way it wants to do it. I don't want to interrupt it in case like it just can't or something, in case I break it, so. But we've really come together. Look at this. 1.3 million. 1.1 million, so that's 2.4. 2.8. 3.6. 4. 4.1. 4.1 million here right now in terms of fleet power. It's not going to be a direct numbers game, but our numbers are definitely bigger, right? They have 1.5. We've 4.1 now. So once this final upgrades are done, we're pushing out. That's it. We're going to get moving. The Penrose Sphere has been stabilized. It's good to hear. Addition of 2 huge and incredibly complex stabilizers wrapping around the Gargantua Penrose Sphere. Energy is now beginning to flow in. The super radiant scattering process can now occur on much larger scales now that the structure is being properly controlled, generating incredibly large amounts of power. Cool. I thought we could build around it, but I guess not. Maybe in future. Well, we doubled its energy output. Armor points 5%. I'll take it for the upcoming battle. We're gonna be moving so slow as well. I noticed as well when we get the planetary craft, I think its speed is like 15 or something ridiculously slow. Let's see. 76. Our Corvettes are like 480 or something like that. But we're not getting one of those for a while. We'll be going to war without one of those. They're going to take way too long. Actually, I should really have a look. Have they done anything else since we continue this? No, their fleets still seem to be kind of in the same place. Although I'm not sure where that 700,000's gone. Let's do this map mode so we can see. Is there anything different that I really notice? Not particularly. Yeah, it's so weird that they just never really pushed against each other that much. Alright, another year done. Another year closer to death. And how are the others doing? They're still alive. They're still alive. They're getting a bit bold. They are, like, system to system really close to each other, I guess, at least. Oh yeah. Crystal Megabore construction site's been completed. 1700 alloys, not that bad. Did we finish the Interstellar site? No? Because we started that before. Oh, we did. I just forgot to build it up. 8,500 alloys. That's actually pretty expensive. But we'll do it. And then what was the other one? That one's done. That one's done. And then this guy is doing the Galactic Mall. That's it. Yeah. Galactic Mall's at 65%. Cool. Construction ships are working hard out there. I love that they go back in the way they do that. It's so good. I know they do that in the base game, but for a mod to do it, it's awesome because they didn't always. So that's why I'm so impressed with it. And it just looks right, you know. Love it. I wish though there was like for big megastructures you needed like I think you should need like 10 construction ships all doing it or something. I don't know. I just think it would look cool. But anyways, it's neither here nor there. Hull points. Tactical strike crafts. I'm probably not going to use these, but it might lead to maybe in future better strike craft stuff. So let's go with that. That's my thinking anyway.
New technology discovered.
Sell that stuff. Let's sell this stuff. What's the technology? Leader lifespan again is increased. Let's go with more admin cap. Alright, I think it's time to start moving the fleets. I think we're good. Has everybody upgraded? I think it's just the Juggernaut that hasn't. And that's gonna take so long. But I need the Juggernaut with me for the fight. So I feel like it's no matter what, we have to wait until this guy is done. We could start moving the planet craft though, actually. Just get them going, because they're quite slow. Get them out to Rubicon. Or at least get them in position behind the gateway, right? That would make sense. Instead of putting them in harm's way.
New technology discovered.
So slowest guys first, I guess. You can just stay right there. Good. Alright, wow, that was so fast. Strike craft damage. Hey, don't know if that's coincidence or not, but it seemed to have worked. Exotic matter warhead. Wow. Actually, for average, I mean, I've been looking at average damage a lot lately. The range is good and stuff, but and accuracy is good, but that average damage is really low. Hang on. Oh, right, that isn't to do with the okay, hang on. I gotta read that. Siegebreaker Interceptor Wing. That's good. Let's go strike craft damage first. I've already got these guys. So, the atomic countdown. So this is when the countdown clock that we got before. I thought that was to do with the broken clock, but I guess not. For the past 42 years and 3 days, researchers on Terra have eagerly anticipated the countdown of the mysterious atomic clock of prodigious precision found on Mikura C. Now several decades worth of heated speculation and conjecture have evaporated in an instant, along with most of Mikura 2. As the clock reached its momentous deadline, it transmitted a signal to a receiver on Mikura 2, triggering a thermonuclear explosion of such devastating power it laid waste to the entire planet. While our scientists conjecture as to the reason behind this carefully timed act of annihilation, the atomic clock continues to tick, undisturbed by desolation below. And the mysterious tanker was above this. Yeah, this is a callback to, well, you know, 42 years ago, I guess.
Colony founded.
Strange. I don't know if we could have figured something out before that happened, maybe.
Discovered.
What's wrong? Ring section B? Oh, come on. Whoa, this place is already fully built? Oh, I didn't realize that. And there's pops here? Oh, they're still here. Well, that's really weird. The pops lived on, but the Empire died. Huh, 62 unemployed Rakan species. That's gonna be a bit of a complication, I would say. Yeah, current population 75, 75, and 75. Oh shit. That's a tough one to figure out how to handle these guys then. Well, I could give them the ability to work. And that way they'll just take their own jobs. They'll be under us though. Maybe they won't be so unhappy that way. I might do that, and then we'll have to decide the fate of them, because that's a weird one. It's obviously they were meant to die, and they didn't. I must have made a mistake when I was removing the Empire. Because it feels a bit cheaty to almost just get all these pops for free. Actually, what are they good at as well, and what are they even called? Sorry. The Rakan, and they are industrious, quick learners, strong, fleeting. Yeah, I mean, they've never done anything wrong, so I just don't feel like they should be slaves. The others we all fought, you know, so let's lift that. Let's give them residency status. You can live decently. Colonization forbidden. Control that population. I don't care if it makes them happy or not. And don't let them migrate. Okay, cool. Right, so that makes a lot more of them work. Okay. Are they our factions? Let's have a look at that. Yeah. Great. Don't know what's going on there. I'll have to read through them. That's a lot of different factions suddenly. I think it's because of all the pops belonging to anthropocentrism and all these different things. Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare. Alright, well let's queue up just a couple things for a while. I'll have to get to that in between. Alright, we got that pretty awesome technology. So can we build those now? A nickel Dyson beam. Let's have a look at what that costs and what that entails. Nickel Dyson beam. 425 influence, which you don't have. 10,000 alloys. Super weapon on unprecedented scale. And then a nickel Dyson beam wormhole generator. So you make your own wormholes. So it costs 8,500 plank photons. Now I don't know how to make plank photons. I don't know where you get them. I've never seen them out in the galaxy. It's like never appeared as an icon. So no idea how to do that. Maybe that's the kind of thing I feel like it would be generated in a building though. So maybe we got a building to do it. Although it did say exploit resource, so I'm not sure. Well, either way, we'll leave it for now. We're not going to be building one anytime soon. Let's get just next level of power. I'm not going for the weapon text because I'm just not going to be applying them, you know. So we're just going to build what we have. Yeah, so 187 days for that. How much longer for this? 300. So yeah, still enough time to keep building up before we move out. Let's just go for a little run with the Corvettes. They should be quite fast. Want to do drills there, back here, and here. Well, they should be fast. I mean, they are fast. It's just the game is slow. Man, you can get around the whole system in like a couple weeks. It's pretty cool. So many of them as well. 318 Corvettes. And it's maxed out, right? Yep. And Opsis is on his destroyer also. Alright, cool. Let's get some not that music on. Some better music. You'll have to see it. Alright, so another technology done. More power. Lightning cannon, next level of that. I don't think I'm using it though, so I don't really need it. Energy weapon attack speed. All of these things are now the most important techs just for us to improve the fleet that we have. Man, oh my days. When did we get even more? Whoa. We got like 200 more naval capacity somehow. No idea how that happened. Oh, maybe, soldiers on the broken clock or something? Could that be what it was? Oh, yeah. They're creating naval cap. That's cool. These other places are just about... There we go, yeah.
Another world.
It's so weird just to have the pops here, but they don't have any actual buildings yet. Strange. And then I noticed as well, actually, the habitats are just like... They've got no lighting on them or texture, it seems. They're just like a shadow of what they were. Alright, well, that's a bit of a peculiar one. Let's see what's going on. Have these guys faced off yet? The pod privateers pushing in, taking territory pretty directly now from the corner. Oh shit, they're pushing on both sides. Good for them. Gotta get ourselves a piece of that. Otherwise, we're not gonna get any of the good stuff at the back. We obviously want to take their homeworlds and their specific like foundries and all that cool stuff that they have. Yeah, look at them chomping away at territory. Wow, I can't believe they're actually pushing against it themselves. It's more just a shotgun approach of hitting multiple areas. Like, their fleet is definitely more than capable of fighting them back. But they are flooding in. That's actually pretty cool to see. So what are they doing now? They're heading back? Oh, they're just fucking bugged out of their minds, man. It's so frustrating to have the game be so close to being great and just, like, have such issues.
Discovered.
Just going back and forth. Constantly going back and forth. What kind of starbase do they have here? 1,000? It'd be so stupid if this whole empire collapses because they never fought, you know? Alright, the Behemoth Ringworld frame is done. So now we have to, like, insert into each one of these. That's a lot, though. And I want them to all be done at the same time. So we're just going to wait. It's crazy that 3 levels, 3 layers deep. Do we have a freeze construction ship? We do. So what would that take to... What can be built there now? Because I don't know if there's another level to it. Stellar particle... Gargantuan Ringworld? Oh man, that's ridiculous. Oh, you might as well get it started. Might as well. It'll go further out than the rings themselves. Yeah, let's go with leader lifespan again. And then let's go with synthetic workers. No, it's danger. I don't like that. Dangerous technology. We'll go with the Geiger Cannon though, because it's quite cheap. Should have had that a long time ago. Alright, can I stop buying these now? Probably.
We have conquered another world. New technology discovered.
Energy weapon attack speed. Excellent. Shield hit points. Alright, great. So last thing to do is going to be to calm down that broken clock. And then we'll probably just have to wrap it up, honestly, after this. Broken clock. I'm gonna be partitioning all that off anyway. Hey, we're under our administrative capacity. No, the other way around. We're over the Empire Sprawl with administrative capacity. Empire Sprawl is within it. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, another year done. So I think we did like 4 years there. Actually, not too bad. In terms of time, we're moving a bit quicker now.
New technology discovered.
So we're just gonna have to basically get these guys all moved once the Juggernaut's done. I'm just gonna wait till that's done, then we'll wrap up the episode and click them, send them out to move. Geiger Cannon done. What's the next level of that? We don't know. Let's just get the nanite transmuter. It's like a month technology. And we have 18 dreadnoughts here. We're still well under the naval capacity. We still have plenty of energy. The crust is complete of our behemoth planetcraft. Oh yeah. Oh cool. Alright, it makes it kind of look like the machine worlds. Because we're getting... Oh my days! 63,000? Oh, I didn't know it was going to be that much. Holy crap. Oh, I love the noise though. It's cool. Alright, wow, that's a big investment. Makes sense though. What's the next phase as well? Movement systems. That might be it then. I think that might be it. Yeah, we can save for it while we're in our war, I'm sure. And how's the Galactic Mall? That's finished now as well, hasn't it? 21,000 for the Galactic Mall? Holy crap. What's with the expenses on these things? Diplomatic weight is increased 5%. It produces 500 consumer goods and 81 unity.
New technology.
I feel like the planets, it actually even looks bigger than it was. Alright, good. Nanite transmuter is done. Penrose Sphere ring world. There we go. That's the thing I was looking for. So that's going to be a ring world built around a stabilized Penrose Sphere. It's a very specific thing. So does it does... some of the ring world's infrastructure can be incorporated into the sphere itself, allowing for more habitable segments. Penrose spheres possess unique generator farming and research district. They could fit 35. Oh yeah. So it's like even bigger. I don't know if you can extend it out the way we've been doing, but that should be pretty cool. Well, we're certainly getting into the really, really crazy big stuff now. All these insane technologies, as they're called. Come on, 90%, 100 days to go, and then the fleet mobilizes. Anyone else got an upgrade? Apparently you do.
Fleet upgraded.
900k. Now all these numbers are going to go down when we leave the system and we go into enemy territory. So that's got to be remembered as well. Now this mega shipyard's been so good. Alright, colony founded again at the ring world yet again. I'll sort that out in between episodes as per usual. Still not much movement, although they did move half of their, or one portion of their fleet back up north to take stuff back. And they have been building megastructures all over the place. Macro atmospheric stabilizer constructions.
Station under attack.
Pirates have been sighted? Okay. Can't believe we have piracy. Oh, it's down there. Let's get Opsius on the case. He can get down there pretty quick. With his level 3 jump drives. Let's just take out the pirates and that'll be the end as well. Something to end on. That broken clock ring section, they've been awakened, man. They're not happy. Alright, jump! I was a bit delayed. Alright, great. Let's go that way. Are the planets waiting now at the gateway? They are. Oh, sorry, I keep calling the planets. The moons. The 4 moons. Waiting to go through. They can barely even fit through the gateway.
New technology discovered.
It's a good thing we made it as large as we did. Alright, let's get the micro-singularity cannon. The Juggernaut artillery is an upgrade to what we have. And then we also can't forget we gotta disembark at Mars. Epius's legions. Gone are Queso's conquerors, I guess. They've all been merged now. Lucia Dexius is still in charge. We should really name it after her, to be honest. But yeah, they can get ready too. Quite a lot of them. I wonder how things are up at the stabilized rift. Haven't checked in on Nemesis in a while.
Fleets enhanced.
Yeah, it's pretty much maxed out. It's actually starting to get some unemployment here. These should really change now. We have so much housing. We can create more foundry arcologies. And that's... Oh shit, I should read that. There's drug trade on the ring world, I think. This is where all the moats are going, by the way. It's all these foundries that we're just building and building and building. Moats get sucked down by those places. Alright, he's not too far off. Can't jump though for 100 days. Are we done? We're done. It's done. Nice. Juggernaut is pretty thick now. Alright, so everyone can follow the Juggernaut. You can build and just follow, like follow anyway. And this can build as well. Let's crank that out. Right, and the Juggernaut's going to be the one that leads so that we always have the Strikecraft benefit and other benefits as well. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. Now we're talking. Big ships. Big things are happening. And the Roman Empire, I feel like we haven't done much Roman-y things lately, but finally we can start to embrace our history a bit more as we gather the greatest military force that the galaxy has ever seen.
New technology discovered.
Are the boys coming behind me? I hope so. Yeah, they should be. They just take a little longer, I guess, to jump. Don't know why. Should all have the same jump drives. Also not seeing their portal open up. What's going on? That's not good. They're just waiting. They're not actually jumping. Put them on follow, right? Yeah, not enter orbit. Follow. Guys, what's your problem? Go. Yeah, they can jump like instantly. I don't know why they weren't doing it. It's a bit concerning. Usually they just follow a ship and jump with it. The reason I want the Juggernaut to lead is because it's slower, you know, so it's not going to get left behind. Admin cap again. We're pretty far ahead now, actually. I think we're fine with that. Let's go with the army health. Army damage. Energy credits from jobs. Mirage system for the Titan auras. Not going to be changing our Titans, but super graviton cannons. Yeah, let's start getting some of these. This one's cheaper, so get that one. Carrier build speed and cost is reduced. Starbase building, battleship. Gargantuan shipyard facilities. A megastructure. Hyperstructural assembly yard. I'm so annoyed that we still haven't gotten... I'll get that. But I'm so annoyed we haven't gotten the Nidaveg Gigaforge thing yet. Hey, the Interstellar assembly site's about to hit its next phase. As we move all of our ships past it. Get to the real business. Looks like the pirates are gone. I don't think we even got to take them out. Crystal Megabore hub completed. Excellent. Cool. Oh man, that looks awesome. It's totally different than all the other things. Start megaboring. This massive space station houses forges and refineries specialized in purifying molten rock into rare crystals, which is indispensable if we wish to efficiently harvest the world below. Cool. I love that. It looks really different. And then the Interstellar assembly site. 1 week to go. Alright, the Locus. A sophisticated holographic projection in a black hole. It's meant to evoke the gravitational chasm that lurks in the galactic core, the fulcrum upon which the galaxy turns. Once fully built, this place will also be an axle of sorts around which the quiet, diplomacy, and soft power that often drive the galaxy swirl. Oh, I see. It's a representation of the galaxy. We swirl around it. Look at that. It's beautiful. 8,500 alloys, though. Okay. Get to that next phase. So this has given us diplomatic weight 10% already. I mean, yeah, it's 350,000 now. It's never gonna... Don't have to worry about that anymore. Actually, what went onto the Senate floor? I forgot to see. Was it the thing we wanted? Yes, it is. Excellent. Oh, sorry, that was so loud. Okay, cool. We are pretty much all here except for Opsius, but he can get here and get here in time. What's actually... He's got something to upgrade. 234 of the ships? That's quite a lot. What is it that changed, I wonder? I'm not too sure. It's fine. Like I said, I don't want to get constantly distracted going back and upgrading. We can afford to jump and upgrade him. He's fast, but the other ships will just have to leave. Alright, just as a symbolic gesture, we're going to queue up traveling through this gateway to Rubicon. Alright, there we go. Off we go to Rubicon. Alright, and that is going to be it for this episode. In the next one, we are going to put all of that together and see if we can win a decisive battle. However, I think I'm going to go for the Carillion rather than the Corinth, because I'd like to get the territories for the Corinth restorers myself. And they're currently losing territories to the people behind them and around them. Like, amazingly, the Pod Privateers have taken this territory and then just completely severed all of this. That's pretty crazy, considering as well that there's some Megastructures in here. They're going to be getting a little bit of a boon. It's just habitable world stuff, I guess. It's not too bad. They still have all their fleet together. They obviously haven't won any battle. The Corinth restorers have way stronger fleet. But if they start eating at them from behind and taking their planets, I'll be really disappointed that happens. So I'm probably going to go focus on these guys instead, who actually, if you recall, have a slightly bigger total fleet power, or at least they did. Can't quite see where their 700k is. There's a million there, 500,000 there, 21,000 plus the what do you call it, the Colossus weapon. Then they have 130,000. They had a 700,000 fleet with their behemoth planetcraft, the real big one. So let's just see really quickly. Can I spot? There it is. Yeah, they must have separated it out. That's going to be such a battle. If we can catch that on its own, that's our best chance with it, I guess. So we'll probably go for them first and just try to take these territories ourselves. And that means we get to slam. So we'll come in this way. So Rubicon is here. We'll go down and around the broken clock, through the Traxian Empire, and then straight into them, start devouring and taking some of these extremely valuable territories. And what do they have in... Yeah, really big star bases as well. So this should be good. And we'll just let this kind of happen, whatever's happening up there. A little bit taking advantage, but, you know, that's what we do. Alright, thank you guys very much for watching. I know this is a bit of a long one, but there's a lot of stuff to recap on. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm having a lot of fun now that I've kind of picked up the pace a little bit. Anyways, I will see you in the next one.